What is happening, collectors? I have a really kind of cool video that I'm doing today. If you recall, this was probably well over a year ago. I did some grading with ISA. And now I'm not sure if you're familiar with ISA. They are, I'll say, a little bit newer to the game, but international sports authenticators. So they graded, I found a tougher, I would say, but fair. Tough but fair, where maybe PSA has a reputation of being a little bit easier, BGS has a reputation of being a little bit harder. I would say ISA graded a little bit towards the harder side of things, which is good. I mean, ultimately you want a true reflection of your grade. I think that's important. So I want to just remind you, this is what it looks like. It looks a little bit different. It's got kind of this black sleeve in the middle here. And you could tell this card came obviously back as a 9. And it looks like the centering, you can tell it's kind of shifted to the left. You know, the back looks pretty good, but yes, noticeably it is a very different card than Count PSA or BGS as an example. So what I actually did, because I wanted to test it, I wanted to see how well it graded. So, you know, if I were to crack it and send it to PSA as an example to see if they do actually grade harder and if PSA grades easier. And we did that with 3 different cards with 3 different grades just to get an idea of how it falls. So just for those interested, the black card, it actually does a really good job at making the card pop. So you can kind of see, obviously it really focuses on the card. You don't see a lot behind it. It protects the corners, and it's kind of like this, if we can get it close up here, like a black, like plastic. It's like a black plastic. That's the way that I would probably describe it, because I don't think it's, yeah, see, like I can't rip it. It's not cardboard or anything. It is plastic. So that's what the card is here. The first card that we're gonna show is a Shining Legends Secret Rare. This is probably one of my favorite cards of all time. I think it is one of the greatest arts of all time. It came back as an ISA 8, so near mint to mint. And I could tell you why that it came back as that grade. So that was a more challenging grade, came back as an 8. So I cracked it and sent it off to PSA. When you look at the card, okay, the centering doesn't look too bad, maybe a little bit shifted up, but not really that difficult, like really not bad. Centering, again, looks pretty good, but if you recall, this was an issue with Shining Legends. You can kind of see here the little circle dots on the back here. So that was really the only thing. So I sent it in, hoping obviously it would be graded higher, but again, it's all relative. Because again, some grade easier, some grade harder. So as I suspected, PSA came back as a 9. So happy that it's graded a 9, but of course it is a damaged, maybe not damaged, but it has those ink issues, and maybe PSA doesn't recognize them quite as much as maybe other grading companies. So there you go. This moved from a ISA 8 up to a PSA 9. So you know what information you'll do with that, that's up to you. And now I'll show you a couple other, I have another Pokemon card, but we're going to go to a hockey card. So sports card, they grade just a little bit different because they have squared off edges instead of rounded. So I have a Upper Deck Jason Robertson 8.5. So it is an 8.5 grade. Again, got the card here, the black, what's that called? Little border. So this is the Jason Robertson. It is an Upper Deck card. Again, it was a pretty good looking card, but there was, a few imperfections on the corners because again, you've got pristine, you got to have that pointy corner, and you can even see a bit of whitening on it there. So this came back as well as as a 9. So again, this moved from 8.5 up to a 9, which maybe to be expected, I will say. So again, that was an upgrade from what ISA did. And again, I don't say this as a negative. Again, this just shows that different grading companies have different grading standards. So lastly, we are going with the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. This is the alt art. So it was a ISA 9. So now the question would be, okay, is it going to get a 9 with PSA, or is it going to move up to a 10? So this is the beautiful, beautiful card. Again, you will even see visually, it is definitely shifted down. So is it within tolerance for PSA within ISA? Obviously, they said not, because it is a perfect card otherwise. They gave it a 9, and PSA gave it a 10. So there you go. Is this worthy of a 10? That is certainly up for debate. PSA obviously believes it is. ISA believes that it is not. Again, pros and cons to both. You want to have cards that are graded real, I think. I think that having a you know, your number up here meaning something obviously is important. But there are a lot of reasons to why you grade with different companies, and that's a conversation for another day. So, but that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Hit a like down below if you like it. Leave a comment if you give me your opinion. What do you think for PSA versus ISA versus BGS versus all those other grading companies out there? And again, there's a couple other grading videos that you got over here, and there's the subscribe button there. So again, please make sure you hit a couple of those. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.